9, 8.
You're watching
7,
Experience Comic Culture and Sales.
5,
Streaming live daily to
4,
Facebook, YouTube,
3,
Twitch, and Twitter.
2, 1.
Hey, happy Monday.
We
All right.
are live.
We are.
So, I don't know what's more exciting to talk about. Robbie churning ahead into award season. We already have a bunch of creative people in the group doing their own thing. Another amazing episode of Castle's Corner. CJ posted a bunch of stuff. And I don't know how much time you spend on Facebook, but somebody, not me, is doing a show about the best of Dynamite.
Well, I want to know.
I don't know if we have.
I want to know, is Travis still with you, Robbie?
No, he left out yesterday.
He did. Okay, I wasn't
Did you
sure.
see the tear in the corner of his eye?
I did see the pictures. Did you take him karaoke?
Yeah, we went karaokeing. He met a lot of the most important people in my life. We went and had some good food. We had a great time. Great time. I love that dude so much. He's so genuinely awesome. He really is. Like, not to oversell it, but he's a pillar of the community.
Not overselling anything. I'm glad you guys had fun. Looked like you guys were having fun.
Yep, I even got a little bit of a kiss from him. It was nice.
Yeah, I saw that too. I was rather hoping we can speak about that, but whatever. All right, so shout out. It's weird. Triple B. Let me see. Who else is in the house? Let's see here. Why is it not scrolling down? Scroll, damn you. All right, Triple B, CJ. Oh, man, what is going on today? This thing is whacking out on me. All right, so Make Two, what's up? Oh, Make Two, while I got you here, just so you know, your package is leaving the building tomorrow, my friend. Lorena, what's up? Barlord, Adrian, glad to have you back.
My package will be leaving the building at about 8:01.
Your package will be self-delivered. Some people call it theft, but whatever. All right. Did I miss anybody? If I did, I apologize.
Have you not seen my deep and wide collection of stuff from Ariana's desk?
No, and I don't want to see it because I don't really want to be called in depositions to explain what I said or not.
His drawer anymore.
Yeah, because he knows you're here once a week, so he figures, what's the point? Mr. Nope. You figure you buy the man lunch or something.
Hey, have you seen 1,250 Vampirella cards that are missing? No.
Yeah, so so Mariano sometimes is looking for boxes of cards he gets back from artists, sketch cards, and he's like, has anybody seen fill in the blank? I go, have you seen John?
Have you seen?
Okay, and that usually ends the conversation.
We're going to be needing more cards.
But hey, everyone. So, Robbie, what is the movie tonight?
Oh, tonight we're talking about a gnarly one. We're talking about Eli Roth's The Green Inferno, basically his tribute to the cannibal exploitation films from the 70s. So, very cool stuff.
Well, I like Eli Roth. I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Mr. Nope, what's up? All right, so I didn't want to make.
The Green Room was on Amazon a while back.
What's that?
The Green Room was on Amazon for a good long while.
Green Room's a great movie, but Green Inferno is what we're doing tonight.
I'm sorry, I misheard you.
Maybe I misspoke, but Green Inferno, that's the one we're watching. Green Room we actually did last year. It was a poll winner. It was the first time I've ever seen that movie, and that movie's really good.
Yeah, I mean, we got off track a little bit. I'm sorry, but yeah, see both movies. But yeah, it's not what you expect.
All right, so tune into Robbie's Horror Fest
Eddie, I love
at
those
9 p.m. Eastern, correct? Link is right there. PCP movie night, always a good time. So check it out. I assume did you and Travis do a show together?
Yeah, we had Sweeney Boo on Friday for a little bit of a conversation, and Bueller was there with me for that. And then we had a conversation together talking about your claim show and other cool things involving dynamite and dynamic forces. So yeah, we got the chance to do a little bit of work together, but mostly it was play.
So I could tell because you didn't post any pics of that on Facebook. So I'm glad you and Travis had a good time. Did Travis say where he's headed next?
I think he's in Tennessee now, like around the Chattanooga area.
Okay. Actually, not a bad place to visit if you have time.
Baltimore Comic Con. So he's making his way up the East Coast, I believe.
So Jay, I believe, is the person who will be doing the show on what's good to read for Dynamite. I noticed that John sent me. Oh, absolutely, Paige. So John sent me a text over the weekend. So Jay, if you need any comps to read, I'm the man to come to. John is so determined to help you. He even volunteered part of his hard-gotten collection, if he had to be.
I did tell Jay that if he's having trouble getting a book that's maybe, if it's a deeper cut of Dynamite, I will go and look in my long boxes. Because
Steve Vendetta, what's up, bud?
The odds of me not having something from 10 years ago from Dynamite are really small.
Yeah, we know that. All right, so the giveaway of the night. Let's think of a hashtag. Hashtag EXP Vader. So I don't know how many people heard the news, but very sad. James Earl Jones passed away today. The voice of Darth Vader. Kind of sad to hear that. Part of, certainly my
childhood. The Dreams lore. I mean,
the man was a singular talent. Obviously, his voice.
The guy.
Oh, his voice.
If there's a part of pop culture he hasn't touched, I don't know if I've seen it.
It's definitely going to make that Mufasa movie hit different, isn't it? Like for sure.
Absolutely, that's what I'm thinking too. That's sort of.
Yeah, so Lauren, you did not read it yet. Sorry for the spoiler, but yeah, it's really kind of sad.
Oh no.
So the hashtag tonight is hashtag EXP Vader, all lowercase, and we're giving away the Red Sonja number 8. Immortal Red Sonja number 8 by Joseph Michael Linzer is the Virgin Edition. All right, nice. So the hashtag again in honor of James Earl Jones passing away. It's kind of sad. David Prowse is gone too, right?
Mm-hmm.
David Prowse.
Yeah.
So any person that played Darth Vader is in one form or another is gone. So
they're not gone. They're just kind of glowy in the Force now. You don't watch the movies? They're just glowy.
Yeah, I watch the movies. Thank you, John. John, make believe. Just say, okay? All right. Corey, yes, I believe I did. I don't know. I get so many emails in the course of the day, Corey.
Like 3 of them you read, not one of mine.
Well, no, none of yours. That's why he texts me now. Okay, because he's sure I'll read it.
I'm 2 steps away from calling.
Corey, I believe I do. I know one of your giveaways got shipped today. Oh, wait, I do. Oh, my gosh. I'm sorry, dude. That entered the system. I apologize about that. So that may have been, I did not read it before it hit the system. So that may be on the way to you, my friend. Yeah, well, the role killed Hayden Christensen's career, that's for sure. He couldn't get another acting job after.
Sure he did. He was
playing Anakin.
He plays Anakin, that was what he does.
Yeah, so.
Well, he was in Jumper. Right. Jumper may have had to do a lot with that too, but I like Jumper. He's good.
I'm surprised Jumper didn't do better. It seemed like a kind of franchisable idea.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand there were several novels. They basically, from what I was told, I did not read the novels, I was told they took like the first novel and a half and put it in one movie. And there were several other novels.
So, I mean, look, to a certain extent, I mean, it happens. What happened to Hayden Christensen obviously also happened to Mark Hamill to a certain degree. You can say Corvette Summer really did it, but at the end, when you look at those characters, whose career really took off after Star Wars? Harrison Ford. That's it, really. Can you think of anybody else? Carrie Fisher. It kind of just typecast them to a point where they couldn't get beyond it.
Well, Carrie Fisher, and not to speak disrespectfully to dead, because I love Carrie Fisher, she was already rich. So it wasn't like she was worried about a stalled career. When your mom is Debbie Reynolds and your dad is Eddie Fisher, chances are you're going to be able to cover your rent.
Yeah, but I think that she wanted to have a more extensive acting career, which
Warwick Davis, very good collecting dude.
Yeah, dude. One of the Ewoks. All right, so let's get to it.
Peter Cushing did okay.
Yeah, but he was okay before. That's not fair. Okay.
He was their big get, actually, right? Peter Cushing was like the get for them.
At the time, I remember
exactly.
When they got Peter Cushing, they were like,
he was really the only star other than James Earl Jones. But James Earl Jones, you didn't see. He was the voice. I mean, we all recognize the voice. Marcus, what's up, bud? All right.
I mean, Mark Hamill is the voice of the Joker. He's probably the best Joker.
Not during Star Wars days, buddy. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so as always, as a thank you to everyone in our group. No, Edward, I did not. That might be why. Dynamite 10-pack reader set.
That's all you need to say. No, I didn't see that.
I didn't even know he made that movie. Dynamite 10-pack reader set. 10 random Dynamite titles. Cover price of $4.99 or higher. So $3.99 or higher. So a retail value of $40. And as always, we got it for $5. And Alex is the one that puts them together. And usually they're strong titles. You get some incentives, some versions. You never know what you might get. So it is a deal of all deals. All right, then you got the DF Grab Bag 10-pack, 10 random Dynamite, or rather, Indie, Marvel, DC. Got it for $1 a comic, so we got that for $10. Then you got the DF 15-pack, same deal, Marvel, DC, Indie. Got it for $1 a comic, and we've got that for $15. And then, as always, we've got the X-Men Random 20-pack grab bag. $1 a comic, 20 random X-Men titles from 1990s with a chance of the 1980s or 2000s. Books are 9.0 or better. All right. And then
a serious deal. I mean, we kind of become inured to some of this stuff, but
the serious deal comes next. Okay. The best deal of all time. The grab bag combo, pick up all 4. Okay. So that's the 10-pack, the grab bag 10-pack, the grab bag 15-pack, the X-Men 20-pack grab bag, and we'll sell all of it to you for $25. You did not, Marcus. It has not hit the building yet. So I did see that somebody else asked about it. So to anybody, I know the Mannix cover has been a big hit. At least two requests that came off the top of my head that I can remember. If you want to pre-order the Mannix Metal, you can do so. Go ahead and hit the submission form. Tell me what it is. It's Mannix Metal pre-order, and I will get it to you as soon as it hits the building. And actually, it's probably better that way because as new books hit the building, I've got about a window of about a week because we don't have enough room here in this warehouse. So after about a week, after all orders have been filled, it gets palletized, shrink wrapped, and sent to one of our satellite warehouses that we do not actually own. All right, it's one of those storage warehouses. So it actually costs
these storage warehouses.
I am so not telling you, but I will say they have armed guards. Okay, like arms, like not that they have arms, but like weapons. So this way, if it pre-orders, if you guys pre-order it, I'll know in advance and I can get those pulled as soon as they hit the building. All right. So keep that in mind. If you want to pre-order the Mannix cover, the metal cover, let me know. You can use the submission form, same one we use for orders. All right. Next up, also great deal. DF Mystery Box. All right. $200 retail value guarantee includes, count them, 2 CGC 9.8s, 1 virgin cover, 1 signed cover, 1 exclusive cover, and 10 back issues. Okay. Usually we sell it for $100, but you know what? I'm going to do another special slashing of price, and I'm going to do it for $85 again tonight for anybody who's interested in getting it. And I know that Triple B did an unboxing of it, and people like, I hate to drop names of people, but Mike Asbill, a bunch of other people have gotten it, and they have always been happy. And I will give Alex all the credit in the world. He's the one that puts those together, and he always tries to give our viewers the best he can get. Okay.
Even though they don't always really deserve it. I mean, sometimes.
I disavow myself to anything that John just said. Okay. So just keep that in mind. So special
There's no
tonight
awards here,
85.
so they're not voting for us. They don't even count votes anymore. They just grab 5 or 6 and send them to Robbie. And then the rest of you can figure out which one.
All right. Oh, it's weird. I'm sorry, bro. Prayers, thoughts and prayers. I don't know. I missed it. Oh no, I'm reading it now.
Oh man,
it's weird. That's
sorry to
so
read
hard,
that,
dude.
man.
I'm
Yikes.
sorry to hear that, dude.
Oh,
Oh my God. I hope everything's okay. You know, if there's anything we can help you with here, I mean, there's a limited amount of stuff that we can do, but
yeah, reach out.
okay,
Man.
yeah, you're part of the group, and this is, you know, I want to say something real quick is that this is probably, and I don't know, okay, but compared to other groups out there, I gotta say that this is one of the kindest groups. I call out Corey Russ, who's bought 2 gifts. Okay, he bought one for Robbie, and then bought another one for JD on Wednesday. That is no reason you need to do it. Okay, I think that the group would still love Corey no matter what, but this has got to be the kindest group that I'm going to venture to say on YouTube. All right, Lars Man, you got it, buddy. Nice to see you here, my man. So Lars Man, I know, who travels all the time from work. I would love to see how many miles you got, my friend, on airlines, but again. You know, Lars Man, one of the handful of our group that I met. Very happy to meet him. He was taller than I thought, but then I'm not a real tall guy, so you know, certainly not compared to Big John Castle and
He's like
even
7'4".
Travis. What?
He's like 7'4". Have you seen the Castle?
Oh yeah, dude. The only time Castle will feel short is if he walked into an NBA game. Okay,
he's not an orc. He's an Erekai. He's much larger.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
And yeah, Eddie, not to be flippant or casual, but TJ's right.
Hey, Ron, how are you?
Blood sugar should probably be around 100 for someone of that, you know, a normally relatively healthy person. I know that because mine was not for a long time. Anything between like 95 and 105 is okay. Anything too low or too high, not ideal.
So Ron, hope you're doing okay, buddy. All right. We did receive your email from last week. You know, just hope you're doing okay, buddy. All right. So let's get to it. First up, I love this one. Jessica Court just continues to impress me as an artist. Spawn vs. Spider-Man 2 connecting cover sketches by Jessica Court. Okay. She just, I don't know if it's possible. She just keeps getting better. All right. So it's just a retail.
So we say that though, right? Like the more they draw, the better they draw. Or something like they kind of get the reps in and they really.
I never said that. You might have.
No, I'm saying artists say that.
Oh,
like people talking Artist Alley and they're like, I'm much better than I was 10 years ago. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm much worse than I was 10 years ago. Pretty much everything. Terrible now. But they just get better.
Yeah, Marcus.
Even Alex Ross said it on Instagram. I'm like, dude,
20 years ago, the guys.
How much better can you get?
It was crazy. All right. Suggested retail of $299.99. Tonight we have for $200. But yeah, I agree with you, John. What you're saying. Yeah, Ron. I didn't want to say it. I'm glad you did. So I just want to call this out quickly. So I know Ed Weird is going through some stuff himself. Ron, unfortunately, his sister passed away last week. And I couldn't believe him. I got the email. I'm so sorry, Ron. You've had to deal with a lot the last year, couple of years.
Yes, year or two of that.
Yeah. And hang in there, buddy. But I felt so bad for you when I read that. I don't know if I'm just getting to that age. Maybe I am, but it just feels like it certainly didn't happen like this in my 20s. And somebody I know through softball, I knew her husband was ill. A Facebook post over the weekend, and her husband was in hospice care, and I felt so badly about that. And then the next day she posted he passed. I know hospice usually means, just kind of waiting for it to happen. I had no idea what was going to happen the very next day. For Ed Weird, you have my thoughts and prayers. For Ron, we're with you, buddy. If there's anything we can do, my friend, we're here. As for somebody, the person I know, I don't even know what to say. It just saddens me to hear about that. So I don't even know. I'm sorry to hear that, Ed Weird. All right, so Large Man, glad to have you back, buddy. All right, so next up we got Power Man and Iron Fist #1 with Luke Cage versus Iron Man, cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail $149.99. We've got it for $85 tonight.
Wow.
So that I know I kind of brought everybody down with that, didn't I? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring everyone down, but
No, you know what? We're gonna take a break, and we'll come
fine.
back and we'll dial the energy back up, and
yeah.
hopefully everybody stays with us.
But so to everyone going through something, and I guess most of us are. I know that most of us are around the same age, except for Robbie. Okay.
I'm the oldest living fan of comic books on this planet now. My birthday was last week.
Happy birthday, dude! I know that. How come it didn't show up on Facebook? That's how I know everyone's birthday.
It's some people saw it and some people didn't. And then like the next day, I'm like, hey everybody, thanks for the birthday shout outs. Really appreciate it. And a bunch of people were like, it didn't show up. And I'm like,
I'll give you a free comic for your birthday. Oh wait, that's not really a gift. Creative, what's up, buddy? All right, so
good job, Ron.
Let's go ahead and go to our first break. We'll be back in a couple minutes. Hang out. Lots to talk about.
Order Battle Quest comics at your local comic shop today.
Something is speaking to you.
Buy more comics.
Just at the edge of your perception.
Buy more comics.
Your senses fill with visions of vortices.
360 comics.
Slowly drawing you to one thundering epiphany.
360 comics! 360 comics!
The universe is telling you to shop with 360 Comics. Joe's got amazing stock from high dollar to $5 books from Silver Age to modern, CGC, variant covers, and more. 360 Comics every Wednesday at 9 Eastern, part of the experience.
Did you know that Arthur, King of the Britons, and Monty Python and the Holy Grail was played by a famous Graham? Check out another famous Graham by following our Instagram.
we're back.
We
All right,
are back.
so let's get through the sketch covers, and then we'll do a Rex cap.
All right. Be a shake weight joke.
All right, so this one is Power Man Iron Fist #1, Luke Cage versus Iron Man cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Just a retail of $149.99. We have it tonight for $85.
I love the silver ageness of this.
So
this like screams 1970s. Look at Iron Man's mask. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it does. All right,
neat.
so now for the G.I. Joe fans out there, G.I. Joe number 301 with Snake Eyes cover sketch by Joe Del Beato. Love this one. This one is cool.
Joe really is a Snake Eyes fan, in my opinion. You know what I mean? It seems like he's really digging this.
All right,
this is great. This one's great.
$129.99, and we've got it for $75. All right, then we've got Green Lantern, Green Arrow with Poison Ivy cover sketch by Tracy Medina.
And Seymour.
Suggested retail of $129.99. We've got this for $75. All right. So then we've got Spider-Gwen's Shadow Clones with Spider-Gwen cover sketch by Will Torres. Suggested retail of $129.99. And we've got this for $75.
I want to see Will Torres do this kind of color-coded cover for the upcoming Green Hornet and Miss Fury.
All right.
Like half green, half black, and then sort of have
Richard, you got it, buddy. All right. So
yeah, Richard, that
is starting us off.
That's very cool, man. I like this cover a lot.
Oh, so Richard Huff, I also know that 2 of your packages were packed and should be out the door. Okay, you should have gotten an automated email from the shipping system. I always pray that works. I'm not sure. Does anybody know what kind of work Will Torres has done? He's been doing stuff for us. I know that, but I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb your reading.
No, I'm trying to think of. I'm looking at the cover and I'm trying to think of what I've seen Will Torres.
Awesome, Richard. It's good to know. I always wonder. I hate automated emails because I'm never quite sure whether it goes out. All right.
You know, every person I know that uses automated emails says the same exact thing. They hate it. Like they use it because the company or whatever that's a thing. But they're always
like, sure.
They're walking out to their car at the end of the night. And they're like, "Did that email really go out?"
All right. So, I'm gonna have to start slashing again. I know it breaks everybody's heart. All right, this one has got to be for the Hazer fans out there. This one I love. When I saw that, I was in the back. I said I had to have it. Predator versus Black Panther #1 with the Black Panther Predator half and half cover sketch by our buddy Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $129.99.
Oh.
I have it at $75 tonight.
This almost seems like a Ron thing, doesn't it?
What do you mean Ron thing?
Well, Ron is sort of,
you mean
like
the
Ken
up down?
Hazer gallery.
Well, I know for a fact that Ron personally has the largest Ken Hazer sketch cover collection out there.
I was talking to Ken one day. I said, Ken, the only person who has more of your art than Ron does is you.
No, he sends us, when Sonny sends it. Yeah, so he has more of Ken Hazer's sketch covers than Ken Hazer.
If anybody remembers last week, I made a comment about
Joseph Ricci. You are absolutely right. So I'm going to do a Rex cap in a second, but going back, so everybody who's joined us knows the free gift of the night is a Immortal Red Sonja #8, Joseph Michael Linzer, limited edition virgin cover. And the hashtag, you only got to throw it in there once. Hashtag is EXP Vader, all lowercase.
Robbie loves horror movies and his great shirts. Have you thought about doing a podcast or something about horror?
Yeah, I've thought about it. It's been bouncing around.
Maybe we'll say. Speaking of Robbie, in the last book we had up there, I passed a comment last week about how I was underwhelmed about the 20th Century Fox line idea of like Wolverine Predator, Black Panther Predator, or whatever. And Robbie pointed out, he had read the stuff, I had not read it yet. And Robbie pointed out that, no, I think this, it's good. You should read it. Well, I did. And a buddy of mine, I told him it was great. Like, I haven't read Marvel physically in a long time. It's all been digital. It's been a long time since they've had a book that's made me run out there and grab it specifically for something. A buddy of mine's like, oh, yeah, I'll bring it over. And Robbie not shilling. Robbie was 100% right. That was much better than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I like the aspect of like the two predators that are like brothers that are like in a
Are they
rivalry
brothers or
over who's going to take over the
Yeah,
claim. Yeah, I like that idea.
It's just very good. And let's be honest, in a universe where Superman was fighting a predator, you know what I mean? It's sort of like Black Panther. And I'm not trashing Superman Predator. It's a great story. Black Panther and this story is a much better fit.
Yeah, because Superman, you're Superman. And what's going to happen?
They did something where Superman, it was like a red sun he's trapped under, and the alien is in there. And you can almost predict the ending, right?
It's always that way.
He jumps out of this space. The thing's trying to get out. He jumps out of this space, and unfortunately for the poor alien, he passes by a yellow sun as they return to Earth or whatever. How do you think that works out for the poor alien?
Exactly.
It just dies, man. It literally can't hammer its way out, because even though it takes them like a millisecond of sunlight, and I'm Superman again.
All right, so here we go.
But anybody who, absolutely check out this book, man.
All right, so here we go. Here comes the slashing knife. So we had Spawn versus Spider-Man 2 connecting cover sketches by Jessica Court. Suggested retail of $299.99. We have it at $200. I'm gonna do that for $175. All right.
That's a great deal on this. I like to look at it as these two are dancing right now. Could you see that? Like Spawn kind of looks like he's like,
Oh no!
Like
it's a dance off. It's an interpublisher dance.
TJ, I don't know, but I know Alex is watching, so he's probably going to see that, and he will come in with an answer at some point.
Say his name, and Alex appears.
God, I hope not. All right. So then we've got Power Man and Iron Fist #1 with Luke Cage versus Iron Man cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Let's see. It's just a retail $129.99. We have it for $85. I'll do this one for $65.
Thank you, Alex.
All right. Thanks, Alex. All right. So then we got G.I. Joe #301 with Snake Eyes cover sketch by Joe Del Beato. Suggested retail of $129.99. We have it for $675. I'll do that for $65. And just to let Richard Huff know, we never ever punish somebody for jumping on books early. So the Spider-Gwen that he claimed, we had it $75, but I'm gonna do that for $65 for you as well, Richard.
Oh, nice, very cool.
All right, well, it's only to be fair. All right, so then we've got, let's see, what else we got here? Then we've got, out.
Say his name and he appeared.
Whose name? We have Zatanna Bring Down the House, which is the Black Label series, even though it's comic book sized. We have issues #1, both the 1 in 25 and the 1 in 50. 1 in 25 and 1 in 50. 30 and 10. If you want them both, we'll do them both for $30. If you want them both, let me know. We only have issue 1, but Zatanna, I'll do both ratios together for $30 if you want it.
All right, so there you go. Who was that ask again? Was it TJ?
TJ.
Okay, there you go, TJ. Let us know, bud. All right, so then we got Green Lantern and Green Arrow with Poison Ivy cover sketch by Tracy Medina. It's just a retail of $129.99. We have for $75. I'm going to do this one for $50.
And like John pointed out, also featuring Audrey 2 from Little Shop of Horrors.
All right, then we've got this awesome Ken Hazer piece, Predator versus Black Panther #1. Black Panther Predator cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Yeah. Suggested retail of $129.99. We've got it for $75. I'll do that one for $65. All right.
Ken, I'm gonna need you to send me one of these. Although I'm gonna ask Ken, instead of doing that one, I'm gonna ask him to do a Jack Kirby Black Panther. So I'm not on that side, and a Predator on the other side.
All right, so
although
I have already flashed the prices, people.
Chances as much.
I gotta tell you that Jessica Court piece is unreal. All right, so I'll tell you what. Let's do sign books. Justice League #53, cover A, signed by Liam Sharp. Suggested retail of $29.99. We've got it tonight for $15. All right, then we have Mighty Morphin's Power Rangers #0 Black Ranger variant signed by Kyle Higgins. Suggested retail of $39.93. We've got it for $15.
Make sure you lock that up. You get jumped in the parking lot by like a Ranger fan, man.
No, just by you.
No, I'm not a Power Ranger. I just, let's put it this way: I enjoy the show, but I wouldn't roll a friend for, a cover.
It's good to know.
Oh, I'd
What would
roll
you
you for
roll,
other
friend?
books, man.
Yeah, that's
Just not this particular one.
all right. So then we've got Green Arrow #5 signed by JT Kroll. Suggested retail of $19.41. All right, TJ, you got it, bud. Let me just make a notation of that. Right.
It's a great pickup, Paige.
All right, you got it, Paige. All right, let me see here.
I think that book would be hard to find in the wild at that price, whether it was signed or not.
Got you, Paige. All right. So next up, we have, let's see here. We have Green Arrow #5 signed by JT Kroll. Suggested retail $19.41. We've got it for $12 tonight. All right, then we got FF #570 signed by Jonathan Hickman. Suggested retail of $10, and we've got it for $10.
I know Robbie is a Fantastic Four fan like me. I had the misfortune of reading Unstable Molecules over the weekend.
You got it, large man.
And I forgot that the first time I read it, I didn't like it.
You're talking about the one that's like a more like dark and realistic take on them? I like that one.
You know
Hey,
what?
John,
It's
what's
well
up,
done.
buddy?
I just need my Fantastic Four to be rooted in the 1950s, where the challenges of the unknown are. The further away they get from that, the harder it is for me. And Unstable Molecules is about as far as you're going to get from Kirby's Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Is it well done? Oh, yeah, sure. I mean, I'm not bagging on it like that, but for me personally, I get to about, I'm like, I don't know if I've read this. And I read about halfway through the first issue, and I'm like, this seems familiar. But
Man, I haven't read that in years, but I remember liking it. Did Guy Davis do the art in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that was a different, like, that was one of the first times you see like a really dark kind of take on their origin. Like there was a What If comic I remember I read where like they all like extra mutated and they pretty much all died except for Reed, and like he had to wear this machine to like keep himself together or something like that. Sue just faded away and never was seen again, right?
Where Reed's continued mutation, he winds up with a brain in a jar or a brain in a machine, or he melts or something. He has trouble. There's one What If that he has to wear like a brace to kind of keep him. He's playing chess or something with Dr. Doom or whatever, and he's in a brace like to keep his head up because like a rubber band that's literally been stretched too often,
right?
It loses its elasticity.
All right, so next up is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1 Ultra Rare Tyrannosaurus Dinosaur variant signed in red by Kyle Higgins. Suggested retail of $93.93. We've got that for $30 tonight.
Wow. That's a good price. And like I'm telling you, those early issues of Power Rangers, especially these incentive covers that were the Dinozords, they're sought after by Power Ranger fans, which, like John said, that's a rabid fan base. Rabid. And you better watch out for them on the street.
They really are. You go to a con and you go out on the floor and you watch these Ranger people sort of in clumps going from table to table. About 8 of them bum rushed Mile High's kind of set up at Comic-Con. This is like 2015 or 16. And they wanted essentially everything that guy had. And I was just watching them like, this is like a vigorous fan base, man. They really are.
All right, next up we got Superman vs. Predator #1 signed by David Michelin. It's just a retail of $19.99. We've got it for $10 tonight.
Speaking of Superman and Predator.
Yeah, no kidding. Did you plan that, John?
He did not, because he never knows what's going to be on until he gets here, and it's just a quick scan of the rack.
I mean, it was one of those things where, like, for its time, these stories are good, but I think a lot of times, maybe still a little bit today, but a lot of time, they sort of go, the point A and B, straight line, right? So how could you possibly have Superman fight a Predator? Well, Superman's got to be weaker.
Yeah. And also know, everybody, that this isn't something getting reprinted anytime soon. Since Disney owns Marvel, owns Predator, you ain't going to see this reprinted. So these are your chances to get something like this. And super fun stuff from back in the day. And Alex Maleev artwork, too. Really neat.
Yeah, we tell people sometimes when we have Dark Horse stuff like this, like we had a Dark Horse Star Wars or whatever, if you're a fan, you should probably grab it. Right. Because, Dark Horse is sort of down to, Hellboy and then the other things that they had that were not licensed. Star Wars, Predator, Alien, Terminator, RoboCop. All that stuff is with somebody else now.
All right, so last signed book of the night, Detective Comics number 1034. It's a second printing, silver signature, signed by Joshua Williamson. It's just a retail of $69.99. We got tonight for $29.99.
Robbie talks about this sometime, but I want to kind of a little bit of a shout out, not that he needs it. I've talked to Josh Williamson pretty regularly from when he was doing something called Golden City for Monkey Brain Press. And at the time, myself and a few other people had said to him, someday when you're doing stuff like Batman, and he would laugh at us and say, really? Now, of course, he's doing stuff like Batman and Flash, and he's like, well, maybe I was wrong. He's one of those just good dudes that you meet at a show or you talk to on social media, and it's almost like you're rooting for him. You're glad to see him on a book because, Chris
I'll tell you this, too. He's about to have one of the best-selling single-issue American comics of the year with G.I. Joe #1, because that book is going to sell a lot. For sure.
All right. So we actually got to go to our next break. So Jay, take us out, and we will be back in a couple minutes.
Symphonic verses, Nocturne's romance. A song of romanticized darkness, dreaming death by sleep.
Whoa. Did you miss it? Yeah, they can go by pretty fast. Let's slow down the footage.
Welcome. It's time to skim some comics. Miles Morales Spider-Man, I will just tell you that Miles is very important in his role as a vampire. So
it's fine. If you like Hercules, read it. If you don't like it, don't worry about it. It's fine.
The art is still stunning. There's a panel, little spoiler, there's a panel in this where Chitauri first hits Lion-O, and he is the best "did she really just hit me" face I've ever seen put in a comic book.
Wow, live reviews of new comic books so you can be ready for New Comic Book Day. What is this? Oh, I see. It's Minute to Skim It. Part of the experience.
According to a statistic that I just made up, people spend 4 hours a day changing the television channel. People who watch The Experience don't do that. Save yourself a ton of time by tuning into The Experience and enjoying our new original programming 7 days a week. And then tell your friends. Think about the money they could save on batteries in the remote alone, just by tuning into the experience. Find out more by scanning the QR code below.
I just want to jump in
Alright,
here before
yeah,
we get going.
go ahead.
Yeah, Castle, when bad things happen to good people, there's almost nothing you can say that seems relevant or to matter. Obviously we're sorry. Don't hesitate to reach out. But it's not like we can fix the problem. But if you feel like you want to talk or just anything, you know how to reach almost all of us.
Yeah, you do. Big
You know
time.
what I mean? So I'm kind of reading this, and I don't want to do like this sort of pro forma thoughts and prayers and then move on with all the stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
I sort of feel like this has been, not connected to the group, obviously, been kind of a bad week. And
Yeah,
then,
I'd
of
say the
course,
last
within the
week-
group itself, and it's not a huge group. So obviously, and Weird, Ron, and now Big John,
yeah,
things tend to happen together. I'm hoping this is it.
that juju's
Okay.
gone and we're moving
Yeah.
on.
So not this makes it better, everything that's happened to you, Big John, but you obviously have a great relationship with Brittany. She's a lovely lady. So there are certain things that a lot of people don't have. It doesn't make it any better. I hate the fact that somebody's going out there and trying to take advantage of vets.
Yeah,
It's absolute sin.
That's actually good though. I actually heard a few people say that when things are going wrong, kind of take a deep breath and look around at what's still going
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Friends, family, health, whatever. I know that sounds like that's not helping me. I agree. You know what I mean? It's not, but other than our best wishes and stuff like that, all I can do is like Rex said, urge you to kind of look at the things that are right, to sort of counterbalance a little bit what's not going right.
Yeah, it doesn't help much, but there's not much more we can do or say.
Yeah, I mean,
unfortunately.
like I said, John, if you feel like you need to reach out or something, you know how to get a hold of, pretty much everybody.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. All right, so we're gonna do another Rex cap. All right, so I'm surprised, but Spawn vs. Spider-Man 2 connecting cover sketches by Jessica Court. Suggested retail $299.99. We had it 200. I lowered it to 175. I'll lower that to 160 because I would hate this group not to get it. So there you go.
Somebody better snatch that up before Nick barges in and changes it back to its original price.
I'm gonna slash that price. Hell, you are. Nick Power walks back in and takes it off.
You're back
Give
together.
me this.
All right, so then we got Power Man Iron Fist #1 with Luke Cage versus Iron Man cover sketch by Joe Delviato and Mariano Nicieza. It's just a retail $149.99. We have it at we had it at 85. I lowered that to 65. All right, so then we got G.I. Joe #301 with Snake Eyes cover sketch by Joe Delviato. Suggested retail of $129.99. We had it 75. I lowered that to 65.
I can't believe nobody's picked this one up yet.
Yeah, I know. All right. So,
Tip money for Nick. You know what? I would love to see Nick do that at a steakhouse. Bill comes, pays the bill. Instead of a tip, he leaves something really cool. Like here you go, kid. Keep the rest.
all right. So then we've got Green Lantern, Green Arrow with Poison Ivy cover sketch by Tracy Medina. All right, you got it, Ron. It's all yours, buddy. All right. So with Poison Ivy cover sketch by Tracy Medina, it's just a retail of $129.99. We added 75. I lowered it to 50. I'm gonna lower this again to 40. Nope. You know what? The heck with it. I'm lowering it to 35 because that cheers me up, and hopefully it cheers everybody else up.
Wow, that's
Okay, I think-
very big, deep cut. That's awesome.
I just feel like everybody needs some. I don't want to say Christmas cheer because I'm afraid Nick will come in with Rudolph.
Who bring a Rudolph in?
Christmas in September, and I don't want to do that.
Well,
but
Edward and I have this thing about he's been waiting for Halloween since November of last year.
yeah, the weird is, you got it, Ron.
Since November of last year, and I'm totally there with him because I've been waiting for Christmas since December 26th of
Yeah,
last year.
if you're Facebook friends with Weird, you see that.
Yeah,
he was doing this back in June.
Yeah, during
okay?
the summer, my man was like,
So-
205.
Me and Ed Weird are like we're of the same cloth. You know what I'm saying? Like, and my advice to you, Ed Weird, would be like, stop waiting. Just live it every day. Halloween's for tourists, man.
One of my wife's best childhood friends who we talk to all the time on Facebook. Her house, she lives down in Orlando. She worked at like a horror attraction for a while. Her entire house is decorated all year.
All right.
There's
so,
no sort of Christmas comes and a black tree with skulls goes up. She's just, it's Halloween 365 at her house.
So let me say this, and Weird and Robbie's, they're gonna hate me after this. So if I hate Halloween on weekdays because I just don't feel like dealing with the little bratty kids, okay, knocking on my door. So what I generally do is I try to make sure I'm not there. So what I do is I take a whole bowl, and it's pretty full of candy, and I leave it on the stool that I have outside my door with a sign, "Take one, please." Obviously, just don't wait for me to monitor them.
This sounds to me like I'm getting free candy this year.
So listen, I live in a cul-de-sac. My neighbors will be able to identify this real old guy. He had a comic book in his hand, but he took all the candy. Justin, hey, tell Jessica she has a real fan base here. They love her work. She was awesome when the first set of covers came in. But if it's even at all possible, she's become better and more creative. And there was a period when just everybody was asking, "No Jessica Court today? No Jessica Court today?" And I realized it's not as quick as printing a book, but yeah.
We've been doing this for a while.
Let her know, Justin. Yeah.
We've been doing this for a while, Justin. So absolutely let her know. Like, I totally get she doesn't do the internet, but let her know the internet absolutely digs her.
Yeah.
We have a lot of people in this chat. Our show does. People are really kind of digging what she's doing. For what it's worth, please pass it on when you get a chance.
So Marcus, I agree. I'm sure that like in Nick's garage, there is like case after case of little Rudolphs. Every time I make Rudolph disappear, another one shows up. Lars, man, you're a man cut from. We are cut from the same cloth. I like it. Turn on that sprinkler. Keep those little.
So there's Scrooges for
buggers.
Halloween. Like, as a Christmas guy, I'm used to Scrooge.
I'm okay with Christmas.
I'll back over to Scrooge.
I don't want to. Why do I have to buy free candy to feed these?
There are you're like you are like the Scrooge of Halloween. You're like the dude in Trick or Treat that Sam starts going after at the end, played by Brian Cox. You better watch out, bruh. You better watch out, man. I'm just saying.
So I've actually on nice evenings, I had my neighbors kind of sit there.
Yeah, Ron already claimed this book.
Yeah, TJ, sorry, buddy. Poison Ivy and Baby Frank. Who's Baby Frank?
It's in her hands.
What? Oh,
it's Aubrey.
Sorry, TJ. Yeah,
is that a wraparound cover?
No, it is not. So gotcha. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So TJ, I'm sorry. Ron already picked that up. All right, so I've actually told my neighbors, hey, just watch the bowl, because they'll sit out there. It's weird. I see how it is. All right, but yeah, I'm not a big fan. I am not a big fan. When my daughter was little, I was, because she wanted to go trick or treating, and it was fun. But that's where I developed the Sewell. It was just me and her. So if we went to another neighborhood to trick or treat, because we live in a small development, there weren't too many houses. So as they get older, they're running. Okay, so you need a bigger footprint, a bigger neighborhood. So there was one to TJ. Gotcha, Ron. That's very nice, buddy. TJ, Poison Ivy. Ron yielded it to you, buddy. All right. So I got to tell you, that's where I developed system. Now that she's out of the house, I just find it annoying. It's like, why do I have to feed you candy?
So I'm guessing you scrubbed a fair amount of eggs off your house.
I have not.
Well, if you're leaving out a big bucket of candy, kids like that stuff too. Because why do they got to go talk to some weird grumpy guy just to get a free candy bar? You know what I'm saying?
It always smells like cough medicine.
I know you didn't mean it as a compliment.
It smells like cough medicine? Is that what you said?
Also, dude, I'm going to look at Amazon and I'm going to find like soap remover and egg remover for your windows and stuff.
So I know some neighbors go, "Oh, what are you?" I don't even do that, dude. When I was opening the door, here you go. Here's some candy. Here you go. Here's some candy. All right,
there was one year that I had worked like 3 days in a row, and I mean like the whole day, driving all over the place. Halloween hits, and all the Halloween candy is gone. I mean, gone. So I walked into a store, and I grabbed 8 boxes of those big candy bars like this, and I bought everyone they had, and the first 50, 60 kids that came to our door were like, "Dude, are you rich?" Because they were getting like the 1 pound giant candy bar.
The big ones.
After that, I shut off the light, locked the door, parked my car at the end of the driveway so nobody could get in, and I was out because I kind of lost track of it. I was doing these double services or whatever, and then someone was like, "Oh, I see trick-or-treaters," and I'm like, "Oh," and I'm that joker running into the store.
This is Rex. This is a way I think I can get you into the Halloween spirit, man, because I feel like I know. I feel like I know you. We've been working together for a couple years now, right?
Have you watched Pop Culture Philosophers?
Yeah. First of all, check out PCP. But anyway, no. What you should do is do the same thing, right? The bowl of candy, but dress as like a scarecrow or something with that bowl of candy right there. And when a kid comes to grab something, just scare the crap out of them, dude. I bet that would really make you happy, just scaring a bunch of kids all night long. That's what I mean. Come on.
Sounds like too much work for me. Sounds like too much work for me. All right. Where I leave off. All right.
So my father did at Halloween. Sit in a bar.
I tried to.
Just sit in a bar, man.
All right. So
my dad would come home from the bar at like 11:30 to make sure he didn't have to see any kids, do any kids. His own kid was already jacked up on candy.
All right, so last sketch cover, Predator versus Black Panther, #1 with Black Panther Predator cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $129.99. We had it for $75. I made that $65. All right, let's do one last pass.
I love that.
Let's do one last pass, and I'm going to do some slashing. All right, so all the sketch covers that I have for $65, I'm willing to take another $5 off and turn them into $60. And that is as far as I can go, because then we will have Nick busting in here like 5-0. And none of us want that.
I want you both out. Yeah, I know.
He's the one you have for a long time, but yeah, nothing you can do. All right, and Richard Huff, that applies to you as well, and the one you claim right off, okay?
I'm Nick's favorite person in this office. You know why? He doesn't have to pay me.
That's the only reason you're still here. All right.
My benefits are $0. My salary is $0.
So Power Man, Iron Fist #1, Luke Cage versus Iron Man cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariano Nicieza. Suggested retail of $85. I lowered that to $65. It is now $60. Then this one, I gotta admit, I'm a little surprised it's still here. G.I. Joe #301 with Snake Eyes cover sketch by Joe Del Beato. Suggested retail of $129.99. We had it at $75. I lowered that to $65. I lowered that even further to $60.
Wow.
All right. So then we've got So Richard Huff, you already got it lowered just by accident. Then we got Predator versus Black Panther #1 with Black Panther Predator cover sketch by Ken Hazer. It's just a retail $129.99. We had it 75. I lowered 65. I lowered it again to 60. All right. Spot. Okay. You got it, Ron.
Good job. Yeah, the Instant Pot, I'll tell you right now, the Instant Pot really is sort of I was part of a cooking show like 2 years ago, like on panelists, and I said they were looking for your unpopular opinion. I said Instant Pots are better than air fryers, and their audience essentially went like they couldn't believe I said it, because everyone during the pandemic is making wings and all this other stuff. And I said, if you actually take time to read all the functions of the Instant Pot, you can do so much more than everybody essentially just treats it like a 1970s crock pot.
Right.
Or I'm a little confused by this, John. You can enlighten me, because I'm not quite the culinary expert you are, right?
I don't know. I've seen some of your stuff, man.
Well, thank you. But why would you need an Instant Pot to make fresh salsa? You just dice stuff up and put it together, right? Like I don't understand. Why do you have to cook salsa? Is salsa cooked?
You know what? There are people who cook salsa because if it's raw, it's essentially pico de gallo.
I guess that's true.
Salsa does have cooked elements, especially if you want the kind of salsa where you're getting some juice out of the tomatoes. I could totally see where there's setting for that. You have some tomatoes, especially the smaller ones. You know what I mean? You kind of follow, click, 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 click. And then
Lars Man disagrees with you, Robbie.
Disagrees. I was asking a question. That's all.
No, you guys are speaking. He's speaking Greek right now to me, because to me, fresh salsa means I just opened the
jar.
The jar. Okay, that's what that means. Okay? Not fresh salsa means the jar's been in the fridge and I have to open it up again.
That makes sense. I get it now. Okay, I get what you're saying. Kind of like a spaghetti sauce or something, like a tomato sauce for like pasta or something, where you cook it and get it reduced down. And okay, don't worry. What do I know? The first time I ever made salsa on my own, or pico de gallo, if that's what you want to call it, John, I put like a whole red onion in there, and I was like, everybody was like, "Why is this so oniony?" And I was like, "What, you don't
Not
like
that
it?"
kind of Greek, John. Okay,
That's
cooking.
sort of why pico is never as popular as salsa. Pico is great depending on what you're putting it on.
Right.
But a guy like me, I'm grating shallots, I'm grating garlic, I'm kind of doing everything. When I throw it on a piece of fish, it is in your face. A little lime zest, a little lime juice, the whole thing comes out. It is in your face. So
I would cook simple stuff, soups, things like that, when my daughter lives at home when she was young. Okay, and the reason I did that was because right after I got divorced, and she was I had her full time. I remember she was very little, and she wanted milk, and we were out of milk, right? And I said, "Oh, honey, you're gonna have to put your coat on. We gotta go out to the supermarket. Dad forgot to buy milk." Right? And my daughter, I think she was maybe 5 at the time.
But if there's a case of half a beer in the fridge.
She looked me dead in the eye and said, "Dad, just tell the pizza man." And I'm like, okay, we've ordered way too much pizza. Okay. That my daughter thinks the pizza man will deliver the milk as well.
She foresaw DoorDash.
Yeah, you can do that now. Instacart, DoorDash.
Yeah, I used to do that. I remember thinking I was overwhelmed with guilt, because I'm thinking, oh my God, how much pizza have I ordered for dinner that my daughter thinks the pizza man's going to bring the milk? And I remember that discussion. I'm like, no, honey, he doesn't do that. Okay. And then that's when I got back into it. Now, mind you, it got to the point where some nights we were so busy, softball, everything else, it would be Hamburger Helper. But little did I know, I just found this out last year. My daughter will not eat beef stroganoff, Hamburger Helper. And she finally admitted to me, she goes, "Dad, I've always hated it." I said, "You didn't. You were little. I used to make it all the time." She goes, "Dad, why do you think I hate it?" Okay. And I never knew that. But, you're a single parent. You do what's quick and easy. Okay. Minimal amount of cleanup.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's not eating, out all the time.
So I'm like the oldest of 6, right? so I am very familiar with Hamburger Helper. And it was like not until my 20s where I actually had actual beef stroganoff, and I was like, whoa,
what is this?
This is really good.
So great.
They used to do this. I don't know if they still have it because I don't usually eat Hamburger Helper anymore, right? But like they used to do the potato stroganoff, and they would have those like dehydrated potatoes in there. That stuff was so good when I was a kid. I used to love that stuff, man.
And I wanted to say, I couldn't see who it was. I'm going to have to scroll back a little bit. Somebody said they were a weird kid, that they were dipping chips in marinara sauce. Dwayne's a pain. Dwayne, when I was in Italy, this is probably 14 or 15 years ago, we stayed at a hotel kind of by the water in Apulia. They had a snack they would bring to the table, and it blew my mind. It was essentially fried broken lasagna noodles with whatever sauce was left from the day before, a real strong cheese grated into it, a little lemon zest and lemon juice, tossed some fresh basil and parsley, and basically people would eat it like chips and salsa because they'd had so many. Of course, I told them, I'm in the business or whatever, and they said essentially they have so many tourists and people ask for chips and salsa. Of course, they don't have that. So they kind of did this thing where they would have whatever gravy was left over, sauce, and they would.
I've seen Sopranos. I knew what you were talking about.
They kind of do this quick deep fry of broken, like whatever lasagna noodles they had. And it's a little bit weird until you're used to it. And by day 2 or 3, I was like,
well, you ever had like pizza nachos? You ever had like pizza nachos? Yeah. I've made those. They're fun. They're great.
All right. So let's get through this real quick. Because I see people talking about their fantasy football. I do want to touch on that. Let me get through the sign books first. All right. Justice League number 53, cover A, signed by Liam Sharp. Suggested retail of $29.99. We have 15. I'll do that at 12. All right. So then we've got and page turning. I'll do the Mighty Morphins at 12 as well, just to be fair. All right. So then we got Green Arrow number 5, signed by JT Kroll. We had it at 12. I'll do that for 10. All right. So then I can't go any lower than 10. All right. So then we got Mighty Morphins Power Rangers. Let's see. Number 1, ultra rare Tyrannosaurus Dinosaur variant, signed in red by Kyle Higgins. We had that at 30. I'll do that. Suggested retail $93.93. We had 30. I'll do that for 25. And then Superman vs. Predator number 1, signed by David Michelin. We have it 10. And then Large Man, I'm going to address that in a second. The last sign book, Detective Comics number 1034, second printing variant, silver signature series, signed by Joshua Williamson. Suggested retail at $69.99. We have it at $29.99. I'll do that for 20 tonight. So Large Man, I don't think anybody was happy with Jalen's performance. Very satisfied with the Eagles' defense, making all those red zone holds. You got it, Large Man. But I will say that turf or that field was crap in Brazil. There was so much slipping and sliding, you think they were playing on ice. So that did not help. So I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha, TJ. Hold on. I got to make another adjustment on that. Okay, so Ron, you are TJ has given back the poison ivy. So there we go. So I got to tell you, I got to admit, Dallas, all the other games are very close. Dallas actually looks good this year. Defense looks strong. Okay, CeeDee Lamb looks, like CeeDee Lamb. Even Dak Prescott, I have to admit, did well with again, kind of suspect O-line. You got no running game, though. But this year, you guys should do well, provided every team has a problem. Can you stay healthy? Because you guys are not deep. Like, who's your number 2 receiver? There's
Yeah, I get
CD
it. This is very weird for you to say nice things about the Cowboys week 1. That's just so weird.
I call it how I see it. This year, I actually feel like you guys could really.
Eddie, this is what I'm thinking, that you're kissing up to Robbie for the Halloween comment.
God knows.
You know,
I think Robbie knows me well enough to know, especially when it comes to the Cowboys.
If you talk about how nice his hair looks, then we know what's up.
But I think you still have the same problem with Jerry Jones. Okay, he should have paid CD right off the bat. Why even have that as a thing?
They shouldn't, because they were going to pay it anyway, and just to have all that drama, you know what I'm saying?
He knows everybody knew, and if you didn't pay him, somebody was going to pay him. We all know that as well, right?
Yeah.
So it's just stupid to do that, to cause unnecessary drama. Same problem that you guys always have. As long as he is the acting GM, you guys aren't going anywhere. Okay, because he will mess it up. Okay, Trey Lance, really good pickup there. What was the point? Niners are laughing all the way to the bank, going, "Thank God he took us off our hands." We got our franchise quarterback for the future. So nothing he's done makes any sense. What I will say,
one thing I think does make sense is bringing back Zeke, not because Zeke is that much of a playmaker anymore, but I think Zeke being there helps Dak out, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
because they like started the same year and all that kind of stuff. I don't know.
I agree, but he has fallen off to his heyday. Got it, Lorena. Let me see. Let me go back and Soup versus Predator. Okay, Lorena's picking that up. I agree with you, bud. I was hoping that the Niners would win tonight because I think Aaron Rodgers has just been stringing the Jets along with his nonsense. And, but without McCaffrey, I don't know what's going to happen.
You saw somebody claimed Superman Predator?
Yep, okay. That's Lorena. So I got it. All right, so now this part is special. We have picked up a collection and we are looking to pick up a few more. So I hope that in the near future, I can't determine why. We're still trying to get all of the T's crossed and I's dotted, hoping to get more collections in-house. So the one hoping we're going to get, Triple P. The one I'm hoping we're going to get is going to include Silver Age, maybe even some slab books, okay, that are vintage. But we just picked up a collection, which we have in-house. So start slowly parsing them out to see if there's interest, or if you have friends that may be interested in that kind of book, tell them to watch, tell them to join. All right, so tonight we've got Spider-Man and Batman. It is a 9.2.
No.
Okay.
It's like a deep cut, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a 9.2, okay, condition. We've got it for $25 tonight.
Wow.
This is a fun book. Mark Bagley artwork. You got the embossed cover. So much fun.
All right. So I know it's been a while because we worked through
Batman's cape.
You got it, large man.
You can tell Spawn was a big deal at this time, right? Can't you? With that cape.
I was just going to say, look at his Batman's cape. You saw what?
Yeah. And Robbie is very big about the cape.
I did not think that was going to last long. Robbie and I have had this conversation before. Kelly Jones, Todd McFarlane, literally hundreds of yards of fabric.
Miguel, what's up, buddy?
Even a suit, an Olympic class athlete like Batman at 200, 210 pounds, he would simply not be able to walk.
Yeah. Well, you'd step on it all the time.
I remember the best Batman cape I ever saw was in an Elseworlds, maybe Robin 3000, some other Batman Elseworlds, where it was like a hologram. It was a big voluminous cape, but he just turned it on and turned it off. And I thought that's what Batman's cape should look like if, you want it to be Todd McFarlane-like. It would need to be light-based.
All right, so new people in the room. So real quick, the free giveaway tonight is Immortal Red Sonja number 8, Joseph Michael Linzer, limited edition virgin cover. Type in #EXP Vader. Only need to do it once. Okay, and we'll do the drawing towards the end there, folks, like we always do. All right.
7:15? 7:30 is the next break, right?
Yeah, but we always do it towards the end.
No, I saw the time and I'm like, it's not 7:15, is it?
Lars, man, let us know, dude. We should email each other, dude. I know it's real tough for you because you travel so much.
Wait, where does he live? Does he live in San Diego or something?
I think I don't want to. I don't want.
Wise man, tell me you live in Hawaii.
SEAL team, what's up, man? Yeah.
I'll fly down to Alabama, pick up Robbie,
I
and we're
want
gonna
to
go.
say Texas, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. All right, so Fort Worth. There we go. All right, guess right. Yeah, hello. Oh well, I
Nice job,
remember.
man.
I remember.
It's the land of the Cowboys right there, man.
What's that?
So
show,
tell me,
Spider-Man?
large man, are you a Cowboys fan? Just curious. All right. So then we got Hellboy Winter Special, and we have this one for 10.
Ooh, yeah, the Yule Cat. This is a fun story.
It's
Like,
the
even if
Yule
you've never read Hellboy, you could just read this, and it's like just so many Hellboy books. You don't have to read anything that came before or after. Just read it. You get a good story, and it's some of the best out there.
There's a great series on YouTube. Well, it's on PBS, but people watch it on YouTube. And it's a lady who's like a folklorist, and she talks about all these sort of monsters. And when she does the Yule Cat episode, and she shows some photos out of pop culture, this is like the second photo that comes up, and I'm like, that's great.
All right. So next up, Silver Surfer Superman #1. It is a first print, and we've got this for $10 tonight.
I was going to say, this person's collection looked like mine from the 90s. It's very heavy on crossovers and Elseworlds. What if? Just imagine.
These are fun books, though. You know, like they're doing the these omnibus editions, collecting all these, right? Yeah. And then they've said they won't be reprinted. They'll come out later this year. They've already been delayed once, I think. But like, it's just like the same thing with the Superman Predator. These are not always going to be available just to be able to go and get. You know, these are your chances. This is a fun one too.
It's a real fun. And we tried to tell people, you know, and it's like, you buy a book this week, you don't buy a book this week, that's fine. Some of the stuff will have something, and like you always say, if you watch it on replay and it's still available, we'll honor the price, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Some of this stuff, there's no honoring of price. Like, it gets sold, and it's from a collection, and it's done.
Yeah.
And they're not publishing it anymore. Robbie's telling you, as a comic book store owner, an operator, you know, he probably doesn't have 100 of these come through his store every year. You know what I mean? So if you see it, you know, and you think you might like it,
all those crossovers from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they fly. As soon as they come in a collection, they're gone.
A book that Dark Horse did that was very under the radar, because Tarzan was transitioning and Planet of the Apes was transitioning. Dark Horse did like a Tarzan and Planet of the Apes. As far as I know, every person who's looking for it can't find it. It's just, I guess it didn't have a super high print run. The people bought it.
Big John, that is so nice of you, buddy.
Look how great that is.
Oh, wow.
We do this almost every show. Last week,
see, Castle, when bad things happen to you, you got to reverse that karma around and do good things for other people.
Absolutely. That's exactly right.
All right. So Large Man has a serious question. All right. So I'm going to let you guys answer that one.
At what amount of monthly spend should I go to Penguin?
Distributor, I said.
Yeah,
talking about the distributor, or how much of your monthly comic expenditures should be about the Penguin, Oswald Cobblepot?
Yeah, I'm
just thinking, how much of a Batman fan are you, bud?
Oh, Large Man, dude, that you guys are something else, man.
I think that right now, the way the distribution's kind of broken up is, you know, Penguin distributes Marvel, Dark Horse, and IDW, right? Lunar does Image and DC exclusively, and Diamond does a whole lot of others exclusively, like Dynamite, Distillery, Boom, things like that. I think I see most of my customer base spend most of their money on books distributed by Penguin, but that's the power of the Marvel books in particular. Me, though, I think most of your money needs to be spent on Dynamite and Image books. That's just me personally. I have to say the Dynamite thing, though. So.
No, the truth is that people say, do I ever read anything other than Dynamite? Yeah, of course I do. Just because Dynamite is
like a menu or...
No. There are companies out there, and, you know, Robbie's turned me on to books. Other people's turned me on. But even before we started doing the show, I like Boom. I liked IDW. I like Dark Horse. Zenoscope I read for a long time. Zenoscope is great. It's just, it tends to get repetitive. But
who am I joking? You memorize all the menus around town. Anyway.
Yeah, right? You kidding me? And I'll tell you the thing I'm into right now, and it has nothing to do with Dynamite, but it's totally worth the money. And if people don't know it, it's Comics Kingdom.
Hey, Tom Bishop.
As a comic strip guy, Comics Kingdom is totally worth $40 a year. I basically, for $40 a year, I have unlimited ad-free access to all the King's Feature comic strip library.
So what does John do in an average weekend? I get a text. Was it Sunday you sent it to me? It's Sunday morning. Okay, I've gotten out of bed, making a cup of coffee, getting ready to go to the supermarket to buy some stuff. And I get a text saying, "This is my life." And it is John.
In 2 pictures. This is my life.
With a beer, okay, going to the movies, okay?
If you look at that picture,
you got it, Big John.
John's gone ham right now, man. Calm down, John. Listen.
John is
you look
That's all. I watched was it 2 weeks ago, our last, because we missed last week with Labor Day, right? But like 2 weeks ago, like Triple B had done the unboxing afterwards, and I went and checked that out. Great show, great channel, great energy he's got too.
Yeah.
All right. You got it, Dwayne. All right, so that's John and Dwayne.
See, Triple B, I've learned this, man. You can't play around like that here. Because then somebody like Corey's going to buy you a Blade sketch cover, or somebody like John's going to buy you a mystery box. So you can't play like that, bro.
All right. The last book from the collection, you guys tell me what more you want to see. Today, I was just flipping through and decided let's do the heavy crossovers today. Right? That's why we have all these crossover books. All right. So we've got Batman number 655. It is a 9.0 to a 9.2. First, Damian Wayne.
I was about to be like, you know what this is? This is the first Damian Wayne. Heck yeah, dude. And the first issue of Grant Morrison's ongoing run, which is fantastic stuff.
Wait, isn't the first Damian Wayne the issue where Batman?
All right, Dwayne Payne is taking that one. You got it, Dwayne.
You talking about Son of the Demon, right?
Yeah.
The graphic novel with the baby at the end.
Yeah.
Which was not considered to be in continuity. But when Grant took over Batman, Grant's idea was all those weird Batman stories that nobody else can fit into the Frank Miller Batman, they all happened. Let's explain it all. Right? So, yeah, that technically could be his first, but he's not named. So
yeah, I think it's right. I think it's very sort of...
Hey, Wolverine's first appearance is Hulk 180, but everybody wants 181. So whatever the market decides, right?
All right, well... Next up, okay, this is the last of tonight of collection. Again, if you have ones that you're interested in, let me know. I don't know if we have it, but let me know. Titles or whatever. His submission form, most of you have my email at this point. Either or, doesn't matter, okay? The last book of the night, Incredible Hulk number 181, facsimile edition. So it is the reprint, and we've got it for $5 tonight.
Oh, wow. This is a fun book to pick up.
Yeah,
right.
Second appearance of Wolverine. It's great.
Yeah, Triple B, I agree. Best community on YouTube.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It's true.
I mean, just generosity.
Not that we have anything to do with it, but yeah.
So, I mean, compared to, and not just in comics, I mean, compared to everything else you see on YouTube, it tends to be, I don't know, people who want the shock value, whatever reason it is. Okay, Lorena, you got it.
I did a few food shows a few years ago on YouTube.
That just makes people hungry.
Disconnected from them the same way I was on Yelp for a day. It took me exactly one day to see what Yelp was about, and I was like, you know what? I don't need to be here.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no reason for me to be here. And some of the YouTube food shows from like 2013, 2014.
I have to say, so John is one of the moderators and co-creators of a chat group on Facebook. Now, I would push it on you guys, but I don't know anybody that lives in South Jersey.
Yeah, it's very regionally specific.
Yeah, it's regional, but it's got like what, 200,000, 150,000?
I think they just crossed over 170. I mean,
I don't 170,000 members. Now, when I joined, there was about 100, and that wasn't that long ago. So I got to tell you, one of the nice things about it, almost to the point where
Agreed,
I
Jack.
get kind of pissed off because I am members of other groups, usually softball related. So I sometimes just read it for the entertainment value of people being nasty. Not allowed on this Facebook group. It is a recommendation group, which is so positive. So if you're looking for something like Yelp, they will remove your post almost immediately and you'll get scolded. And actually, I told John, I get kind of PO'd because I want to see the person you're scolding, what he wrote. But he takes it down so fast, I never get to it. Like, damn it, I can't see it now.
Well, people kind of, and this word gets used a lot, but people kind of see that group now as a safe space.
Yeah.
They know that we don't tolerate arguments about politics or religion or, these nasty comments or, a bias against.
I mean, we can't argue about politics in a food group on Facebook. What's this world coming to, John?
I mean,
I gotta admit, it is a fun group. I have tried many of the places that people name in there. Okay. I gotta be honest. You mentioned one place that I've never been to. I didn't see anything on the menu that really was something I couldn't get. Okay. And I felt like the prices were high. Okay. It was the first time I went there. The Shanghai place in Marlton. But now, because of John's recommendation, because I know John, I know his taste in food.
I've known Teddy for about 20 years. That's the guy that
he's a nice guy. I met him once, but I never really ate there just for different reasons. But now I'm willing to try it. And there have been places that I knew nothing about that were opening that I found on that group, like that Cajun place in Medford.
Oh, Crawdaddy's.
Yeah, I'm dying to try that. I just haven't gotten
They're
around to
carrying
it.
my friend's bakery's bread now.
See? So it's a great food because even within my local area, I don't know, I found that when you eat out, you tend to restrict yourself to a small window without trying anything new because you don't really know. You're not going to drive around aimlessly going, oh, new restaurant. But this group allows me to see, oh, really? That's not far from me. Oh, really? That's great.
People can check pretty quickly. This has like 500 recommendations. So, if one person says, hey, it's good, I could maybe understand where you'd be like, I don't even know who this person is. 500 people are not clowning you. 500 people are telling you they went to this restaurant, it was really good.
Leonard, what's up, bud?
Odds are it's probably pretty good.
Yeah, I have not gone wrong. I told you that Sando place in Mount Laurel, I found that the group went there for lunch.
Macau is delicious.
Yeah.
I didn't take pictures of it because we were sort of half in the bag already by like 11:30 in the morning. But we got a bunch of egg salad sandwiches. We thought they would last the whole day. Oh.
Yeah, it was excellent. So I didn't know this place opened. It is in my town, but I don't drive down that one part, or when I do,
down towards.
Well, even when I do, I don't look at that shopping center. I don't know why. All I know is there's a FedEx there, I think. I don't really look. But then I see it on his Facebook group, and that's what made me go there. And I told them, I said, dude, and they've got a lot of recommendations, but I told the lady, who was working there, I said, South Jersey food scene. Let me tell you, you need to be hitting that hard and heavy because that's how I found out about you. And with 200,000 people almost on that group, this is how you reach.
Back when Comcast had chat rooms, I was the co-creator and admin for. It was called simply the Comic Book Shop, not particularly imaginative, and it was just a chat group of people talking about comics, and people were just hammering everything that came out. This is probably 18, 19 years ago. Literally everything. They hammered it like they didn't like anything. So I changed the rules. I said, look,
TJ,
I just want to hear about what you like. I don't care what you like.
Once the entertainment value is over, why am I going to go on that group? I don't want you to tell me what I shouldn't eat at. All right. There are already so many places I don't eat at. I want to know which ones should I eat.
Look at how we have him here, but look how popular PCP is. I have never watched an episode.
I thought you were talking about the drug. I'm sorry.
No, I've never seen Robbie do a show.
Never thought of that.
There's
a reason he calls it the PCB Army.
We're going to do Horror Fest with the 500 worst horror movies I've ever seen. So for the next 3 months, it's just going to be everybody on the panel complaining. He doesn't do that. Most of his content is what they like, what they think you should check out. And this seems to be like a no-brainer. If Robbie messaged me and said, "Hey, have you ever seen X?" and it was terrible, in a text, I'd be like, "Ah, man, I don't know if you're gonna like it or whatever." But to build a podcast or a YouTube show around what you dislike, that just seems that's just not me. I'll put it that way.
You know, it happens every once in a while. Like a couple years ago, I had him watch Funhouse for Horror Fest, and they all ganged up on that movie, and I was really hurt. In fact, I'm shaking thinking about it right now because I think Toby Hooper's Funhouse is
not
amazing.
available in her catalog of back episodes. It was removed.
So no, but it is nice to have a group where it's positive, and you know, if you have something, you know, that old adage your mom said, you know, have something nice to say, don't say it.
Well, I think that energy is reflected in our community.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought up the example, not to go too far on a tangent with the food. But anyway, Jay, I apologize. I realize we're -3. I realize we're -3. Let's go to our last and final break. And when we get back, we're going to go through this week's Dynamite books and incentives that we have. All right, so hang out. We'll be right back.
By this time in our journey, we had been on the trail of a very elusive creature for about 96 hours. But all the hard work is about to pay off. Oh, crikey, there she is. Oh, by the markings, I'd say this one's at least a 9.8. Oh, she's a real beauty. A true mint copy. Oh, this one would make a fine slab on anyone's display wall. Oh, she's a feisty one, though. Look out, look out! Mint Hunter Comics is the place to find that mint comic you've been searching for. Mint Hunter Comics, Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, part of the experience.
What do you call the place on Spider-Man's wrists where the webs come out? His website. I hate myself for writing that joke, but you'd make me feel so much better if you just visited our website. We have links to our merch, new release lists, all the show info, and so much more. TheEXPLive.com. Programming on the EXP is made possible by viewers like you, or your local comic shop, or that Kickstarter you backed, or the publisher you like, or comic industry professionals who want to share a message with the world. Really, anyone who wants to advertise with us can. If you're interested in seeing a product you know and love, or are creating, or are publishing, or are involved with, advertised here on The Experience, and having your message shared with our viewers, please reach out by scanning the QR code below or visiting our website and using the contact form. Twitch, it's not just what happens when you have too many energy drinks anymore. Check out our content over there too.
Hey, we're back. All right, so John will be back in a second. I don't know where you want to draw to. All right, this week's Dynamite books. Here we go.
Y'all got a big week this week. Lots of good stuff.
Last week's books, $49.99 cover price or higher. If it's an incentive, whatever. If you're interested, just hit submission form. Let me know, and we'll get you a price. Red Sonja, Volume 7, Number 3. All right, whichever one you're interested in, let us know. Cover price is $4.99 or higher. Then we got Sweetie Candy Vigilante, Volume 2, Number 4. All right, then we got Vampirella Dark Reflections, Number 4. And then Army of Darkness Forever, Number 11. All right, so this week's books. Space Ghost Number 5, Cover A by Francesco Mattina.
CJ
Cover-
asked if you guys were boring me. No, but look at what's coming out this week. I kind of don't have a lot of time for the chit chat.
It's a stacked week
Cover
for you.
price $4.99. All right, then we got number 5 cover B by Jay Lee and June Chung. And we have that at cover of $4.99. Then we've got cover C by Bjorn Berens.
Wow.
And we have that at $4.99 as well.
You gotta do a glow in the dark version of that one. That would be awesome.
There you
Just
go.
glow to the dark. Should I run around from office to office finding out the glow?
Can I stop you? All right, then we got Space Ghost number 5 cover D by Michael Cho.
Oh wow.
Cover price $4.99. Little throwback there.
I love all the covers for Space Ghost. I really do. But the Michael Cho cover kind of speaks the most to me because it's got that sort of gold key 1960s energy, which I get. Not doesn't resonate with everyone, but for me, being old, yeah, that's very cool.
All right, then we've got cover F by Michael Cho, limited edition Virgin, and we have that for $50. All right, and then we have cover N by Ken Hazer, the TMNT homage cover, and we've got that for $4.99. All right, then another hit that's been very popular, Johnny Quest number 2 cover A by Chad Harden. We got that cover price of $4.99. Then we have number 2 cover B by Jay Lee and June Chung, and we've got that at $4.99 as well.
Johnny's face as he looks at the spiders.
All right, Mr. Nope, you want Space Ghost B, C, D, and N. All right, you got it, buddy. All right, so Mr. Nope, let's see. B, C, let's see, D, and you got it, my friend. All right, got you down, Mr. Nope. You're good. All right. So where I leave
Those
off.
are good grabs.
All right. So then we have number 2 cover C by Tom Rainey, and that's a cover price of $4.99. Then we've got cover D by Richard Pace at $4.99.
So it sounds like I'm assuming this is a Frank Miller homage, right?
That's what it seems like, right? Dark Knight.
Or is it just me?
Yeah, I totally feel that because what's his name looks exactly in the same position as Carrie Kelly.
Yeah.
All right. Next up, we have cover F by Chad Harden. It's the limited edition Virgin, and we've got that at $50.
Johnny and jetpacks. That's just sort of hand in hand.
All right. So then we got Johnny Quest number 2 cover R. Tom Rainey Incentive. It is a 1-in-5 ratio, and we have that for $6.99. And if you are watching this on Rewind, for the next week, we will have these available. So just hit the submission form, pin at the top of the chat, okay, and let us know if you want it, and we will get it for you.
I just want to show this. Yes, this is an homage. He even homages Pace after Miller, Jansen, and Harley.
Okay. I hadn't looked at I hadn't taken every cover out of the bag, but yeah.
All right. So
just
then,
had that look.
Okay, next up we got Red Sonja, Death and the Devil, number 1, cover A by Joseph Michael Linster. And we've got that at cover price of $4.99.
This is a little bit something different for Red Sonja.
Yeah, it's a little different.
This is not the usual sort of. It's funny because you gave away Immortal Red Sonja a little while ago.
Well,
but Immortal Red Sonja was also like a little bit of a detour. Creators are sort of stretching the limits with, I'm guessing, Nick and Joe's encouragement, Nate too. And you're seeing that, yeah, Red Sonja works, especially at Sonjaversal. Sonja works with different stories.
All right, so then we
Triple B. I sometimes get unfortunate because.
Give me a second. That's third book down the list. Okay. All right, so we got number 1, cover B by Selena. And we have that cover price of $4.99.
Look at the axe. Do you see that? That is awesome.
All right. So then we've got cover C by Moritat for cover price of $4.99. And what John was talking about in Triple B, cover D, cosplay by Rachel Holland, and we have that cover price of $4.99.
I'm kind of fortunate because I talk to Rachel pretty regularly, and sometimes I'll get to see things that didn't work out, and the level of care that she takes in doing this stuff. And there's nothing wrong with just cosplaying for the joy of it or cosplaying professionally or whatever. But these deep dives that she does, because her and I have had a lot of late night conversations about these characters. And, everybody knows I'm pretty much a Dynamite fan, has been a Sonya and Vampirella fan since, 30, 40 years.
Really? I didn't know that.
She is just as much into this stuff, like understanding the characters. So you kind of get the best, you know what I mean? So she can do sort of like the best covers. That's a pose from, I'm trying to remember what it was. That's a pose from like a Red Sonja Frank Thorne thing. And I'm trying to remember the name of the story. But, she's sort of looking for these kind of like, Batman has the stereotype pose, right? Superman, Captain America. It's a little bit less obvious with characters like Red Sonja and Vampirella. And she does a ton of research. She was picking out one of the Vampirella poses that Ale Garza is turning into like a life imitates art, imitate life thing. Comes from Vampirella like 66 or 67, the magazine, the Warren magazine. And she just liked the pose, sent an image to Ali, and you're like, yeah, okay, we're done. We're good.
All right. So then we've got cover E, Joseph Michael Linsner foil cover for $9.99. And then we've got cover F, Joseph Michael Linsner foil virgin cover for $29.99. All right. Then we've got cover J, Joseph Michael Linsner limited edition virgin, and we have that for $50. All right. And then we have some of the blanks. So cover G is the blank white cover. Cover T is the blank red cover. And each one of those at cover price of $4.99.
I'm gonna need you to send one of those on to Ken Hazer.
So,
along with this metallic silver and
I'll give you one. You do what you will. All right. Disney Villains, Cruella de Vil. Number 5, cover A by somebody that Robbie just talked to, and Travis, Sweeney Boo. And we have that for $3.99.
That's
it is not the cardstock paper cover, so we always pass that along to the readers. All right, cover B by William Scott Forbes, and we've got that for $3.99.
This one almost looks like a Disney movie poster.
It does almost, yeah.
Right? This almost looks like, especially like 1960s, if they had decided, you know what I mean, like Cruella was going to be the sequel to 101 Dalmatians. It seems like this would be the cover.
All right, then we got Disney Villains, Cruella de Vil, number 5. Cover C by Gretel Lusky for $3.99.
Oh, I like this. This almost has like a comic strip look to it as opposed to a comic book look. I like that.
All right, so then we've got cover D by Mariana Puglia for cover price $3.99. And there you go. All right, so now we have the incentives, the handfuls that we have left. All right, so most of these I have literally a handful, meaning no more than 3, and some of them only 1. All right, so we got Star Wars, The Acolyte, Kalnaka, number 1, 125 ratio by Bjorn Berens. We have it at 25. I'm going to do it for 20 tonight.
Nice.
All right, so I'm doing it below ratio. All right, so then we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, number 1, 1 in 500, Sean Murphy. Okay, this is trading for 200. I'm going to do it at 175 tonight.
Oh.
All right. And I only have 1 of those. All right. Then we got Venom War, number 2, 1 in 50, Yvonne Coelho. And we've got that for 25. I'm going to do that for 20 tonight. Slashing. All right. Then we've got What If Donald Duck Became Thor #1, 1 in 50, Phil Noto. We got it for 25. I'll do it for 20 tonight.
These are kind of stupid and corny, but I love these. I love the Fantastic Four one. I kind of tend to. I really like the Minnie Mouse Miss Marvel one.
Lars Man is claiming the What If. You got a Lars Man. All right. Then the final incentive of the night. Ooh, I forgot to circle. All right. Okay. So hold on one second.
That's great.
It is the What If Donald Duck Became Thor #1, 1 in 100 by Lorenzo Pastrovicchio. All right, I got one for 75. I'll do that for 70 tonight. So I'm well below market here. All right. And that is all we have left from last week. So again, if you are watching on Rewind, anything that is still available, we will honor the price as always. But a lot of the stuff we have one of, so the odds are we're going to be out. So I'm going to do a quick recap of the stuff from earlier in the show in case anybody showed up late, joined us late. All right, so sketch covers. We got Power Man, Iron Fist #1 with Luke Cage versus Iron Man cover sketch by Joe Del Beato and Mariana Nicieza. Suggested retail $149.99. We had it 85. I lowered it to 65. I lowered it again to 60. All right. Then we got Predator versus Black Panther #1 with Black Panther Predator cover sketch by Ken Hazer. Suggested retail of $129.99. We had it at 75. I lowered that to 65 and then lowered it again to 60. Then what's left of the sign books? We got Justice League #53, cover A, signed by Liam Sharp. Suggested retail 30. We had it 15. I lowered that to 12. And then Green Arrow #5, signed by JT Kroll. We had it at 12. I lowered that to 10. The heck with it. I'll lower this to 8. How about that? I know, I'm a crazy man. All right, so then we got Mighty Morphin Power Rangers #1, ultra rare Tyrannosaurus dinosaur.
Sorry. You want some Michael show Space Ghost covering with the Zatanna?
You got it. All right, so Lars Man is claiming Green Arrow. You got Lars Man. All right, so and TJ says, so let's see, Space Ghost 5D. Let me find it. 5D, okay. And you got it, TJ. I got you, bud. All right. So, am I done? Yeah, I think so. That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's it. Oh, the Mighty Morphins. It's at 25. I'll lower that. Well, we had it at 30. I lowered it to 25. I'll lower it to 20. All right. And that does it. All right. So, let me see. So, Robbie, your show is at 9 p.m. Eastern, right? And
that's right.
What are you guys covering tonight again?
The Green Inferno from Eli Roth. Just when you thought it was safe to go into the Amazon jungle to save a tribe of villagers, they turn out to just wind up wanting to eat you.
I don't know anybody that think it would be safe to go into the Amazon jungle, period.
Man, the Amazon has been where people have died since Lovecraft.
Paige, I got you on the Mighty Morphins. You got it, buddy?
Hi, I just went down to investigate some. Just lay down. There'll always be something. There'll be a jaguar god. There'll be angry natives. It's just always terrible.
I have no reason to believe that anybody goes home saying, "Oh, we should be good. We should be good."
Have you not seen Johnny Quest? They barely get off the plane before they're getting attacked.
Hey, Paige, you claimed that already, buddy. I'm sorry. I read it again. That's why. All right, but you get it at the lower price of 20. But you already claimed that. I don't know why I missed it. My bad. All right.
Marcus Foss, Madam Webb's mom. I'd probably bail to the Amazon too, because that movie continues to hurt people with each watch.
So, yeah. So what Larsman said.
Thank you.
Jeff?
I have heard I have strong opinions. So, yeah.
No, really?
It's
Cowboy
an inside joke. Don't worry about it.
But I'll say that Robbie, I mean, I've watched the show. Robbie has strong opinions, but Robbie comes off as knowledgeable first and opinionated second. The worst for any, I used to do radio back in the day. My show was bracketed by sports shows. The worst possible thing is to come off as more opinionated than knowledgeable, because now you're just screaming into the microphone. Robbie's show, clearly there's a knowledge base which forms the opinion, not, oh, well, I got to sell these potato chips this quarter hour, so let me just be zany.
I'll say this much. So Tom Bishop, I didn't think Madame Web was as bad as some people say, but I gotta admit, it wasn't good.
Yeah, I didn't think The Crow was as bad as other people were saying, but I wouldn't say that one was good either.
So, it didn't come off like I loved it, but it was, I could see what people were saying and the criticisms that came out of that. But, I didn't think it was as bad as all that. Let's just say if I went to movie theaters and paid for it, which I never do, I would have been more pissed off. But sitting at home, streaming for something that I already paid for, yeah, it was worth a couple hours of my time.
Yeah.
And
Marcus, John, I don't think would get new recipes from Green Inferno. As he's watching it, he'd be like, "That's not how you would cook humans. Humans are very close to pigs, and so what you need first to do is salt that meat properly."
I'm not going to say I'm responsible for this, but you can thank me if you want to.
Nice. We have Alex Sakura secured to come onto my channel in a couple of weeks to have a chat about that book. So
his work speaks for itself, but his most recent work on Dick Tracy is exceptional. I'm a lifelong comic strip and Dick Tracy fan, and I was fully expecting to not like the book because he made an effort to not be comic strippy, as it's called.
It's weird. Fry him in bacon fat. If you're John. Bacon fat makes everything better.
There's that. I was 100% wrong. Yes, I was of the opinion that you can only do so much with Dick Tracy. Like I watched the movie, but I just didn't. You know what I mean? Once Dick Tracy leaves two dimensions, it generally falls flat. But in this case, the first couple issues of Dick Tracy I've read, they're just exceptional. I'm looking forward to what he does with that character moving forward. Matt Cave is doing a great job with certain properties. So
all right,
I think that's a good connection there.
So let's do the giveaway. All right, Jay, are you ready? All right, so let's spin that wheel, see who wins.
Good luck, everybody.
Good luck.
And it is weird.
That's weird.
Cool. Very, very good. All right, Jay, what do we have after Robbie's show?
A yawning abyss of unhappiness.
Well, that came out of nowhere. Okay, then. Thanks for...
Bronze Age nerds just hurting right now, man. Come on.
I'm like, where the hell did that
Yes, I've been listening to a lot of Lovecraft on Audible the last month or so.
Wow. All right. So anyway, Jay, please jump in here if you would.
Jay, who actually knows what's going on, can you jump in here?
Well, hopefully you won't make Saul want to jump out a window. All right. So Jay, are you there?
No, he's out.
Yeah, I'm here. I was laughing so hard I had to turn my mic off.
The whole 9 yards. See, don't do that to people.
So after you get done watching PCP Movie Night, of course, at 11 Eastern, 10 Central, we're going to have Best Coast Comics with Bronze Age Nerd and Big B McFly, and they're going to be doing a recap of Rose City Comic Con, and I'm going to be dropping a pre-save link in the chat.
Very cool.
Be sure to check that out. I've never heard of Rose City actually, so I'm really excited to see what they're going to be showing off.
Very cool.
CJ's right. Jay said later at like 7:45. Yeah, this is going nowhere. I'm out. Figure it out yourselves.
So, one thing I want to say is that obviously, those in our group, it's been kind of a bad week. Some not so great things happening to people in our group.
Yeah.
I know sometimes people say it's just life, and I guess it is. But it seems like sometimes it occurs in bunches. So I hope that, if nothing else, all right, we were able to distract and entertain you for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Okay, it's always nice to have John here and have Robbie here. We'll talk about anything, having a group here and seeing what you guys comment on. It's a lot of fun. Okay, for me anyway. And the I don't know, the generosity of this group and just the overall feeling of community in this world of social media, YouTube, whatever you want to call it. Okay,
we've had this for almost since the beginning.
Yeah,
we had a good group of people that were sort of.
I remember the first few times we were doing it out in the foyer,
the hallway, right?
And we when we broke 10 viewers at any one given time, John and I like high five.
Yeah, I just
so I want to say that I appreciate you guys, and it's so easy to be negative, whether on YouTube or any other sort of medium, because it's easier to get somebody, as they say, clickbait. To get you to watch something reactionary, something negative. I mean, we joke about it, but as I said, to a certain extent, it's true. I get mad at John for taking that stuff off so fast, because you almost kind of want to get into it, But I'm glad that we
100%, Jack.
I am so glad we aren't that, because there is so many different places you can get that, and I'm glad that we're able to give you something else.
Yeah.
And I said, like Big John Castle. Lars Man, who I've met, so many of you, those that I have emailed back and forth, it's just pretty cool. It really is,
Yeah.
And I want to say I appreciate all of you, including
Ron texts me like 2-3 times a week. We talk.
Who?
Ron.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Ron.
It's so nice to kind of have that. TJ, you guys have heard. I'm pretty upfront. I'm pretty all hands on deck in the sense that you guys know more about my life than some friends I because twice a week I'm talking to you guys, on YouTube.
I bet she doesn't know about your son.
God, that call I never should have answered. that has bit me in the butt.
I'll tell you how patient Robbie is. Now, Robbie's probably seen 10,000 horror movies. I will message him, hey, have you seen this? And he very nicely is like, oh, okay, thanks. And I know he's thinking, dude, you're telling me about horror movies? You must be out of your damn mind.
He's probably like, I'm fixing my hair. I can't talk to you right now, John.
Hey, Bueller was here when I fixed my hair the other day, and I had him time me just to shut you up, okay? He said less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes.
All right, I will ask Travis this week.
Do it.
I'll tell you what I
would say. You seem to have this glow about you.
Yeah, we talked about that. I showed him my facial routine.
Oh, yeah. I think is if you look at his Facebook pictures, he's living his best life. He's always surrounded by
I said he
good people. Maybe. Oh, no, I didn't say that, but Robbie's always surrounded by good people. He's always doing cool stuff outside of just like PCP or this show or even the comic book store.
Yeah.
Right? He's kind of doing the things you always see Robbie. He's at a good restaurant. He's at a bar, club somewhere. He's either coming off or going into doing something that's fun. And the pictures, I think, reflect that. Certain things you can't fake.
Yeah, agree. So we will be back Wednesday for the 1 hour show. Check out Robbie tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern. Nick will be back, of course, on Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern with original art. Some great stuff. All right. And
Jay, thank you for pushing all the buttons and stuff.
Yeah,
always
thank you,
appreciate
Jay.
that, man.
And we will see you guys next
We're doing
week.
a show here, sir.
Okay, we will see you on Wednesday. And appreciate
Thanks for joining
guys.
us, everybody.
All right, everybody have a good week.
Join the party. Head over to our link tree to find all the links for everywhere the experience is all the time.